time, guys. It's time for the predictions. Tynes, I'm going to start with you. These numbers, I got to tell you guys, these numbers came off of Philly's only loss. That loss to the Commanders.
Okay.
This is where I got the numbers this time. No Vegas involved on this one. All right, Philly, total offensive yards, 26. 263.5 yards. Over, under, go.
Paul, you want to go first?
Yeah, I would, because this is what's called in the business a layup. Okay, if you can't make a layup, you can't stay on the court. The over/under Philly offensive yards 263. Is that for the one half? Is that for the first half?
We're going full game, baby.
Okay, I will to keep in because of brevity's sake, I will say over. How about way over?
Wow,
That easy.
Well, they've only been held under 300 yards twice this year. So I'm sorry, the Giants have only held two opponents under 300 yards twice this year, Carolina and Seattle. It's been a while, right? The defense is not playing that great as of late over the last four. I'll agree with Paul here. I think they might have that at halftime.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm going to have to go over as well. I know we have Paul Martindale gave up the defensive game plan, but just like you guys said, like the Giants, I think this game was just an anomaly. The Washington team did a great job holding Philly. And, I think over on this one. Another thing that they did well, they made Philly turn the ball over. So this next one, Philly, 3.5 turnovers. 3 were a fumble, 1 was an INT. They had 4. 3.5 is the line. Over, under. Tynes will go on you on this one.
Yeah, it was interesting. Philly only had 2 turnovers in their first 7 games. They have 8 in their last 5. But again, you mentioned that number skewed a little bit with 4 against Washington. They don't turn the ball over. Now, they did. They were trying to make some plays late in that Washington game. I'll say under. I'll say under 3.5 turnovers. I mean, this team is just so efficient everywhere. They don't really turn the ball over. So under 3.5 for me.
Paul.
Brandon, first of all, I don't really like Paul Martindale. I prefer Wink Schwartz. Okay. I think that has a better ring to it. Yeah.
We got to fix your lower third as well.
Wink Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Under. I think under. Jalen Hurts has only thrown 3 interceptions. They only have 7 lost fumbles. Yeah, that game against the Commanders, as you said, Lawrence, they're in catch-up mode. There was some freaky, they make a big play down the field and a guy's running with the ball and so. No, that's you're asking the Giants to get 4 turnovers in this game on defense. That's a lot. I'll say under.
I'll go under as well. Same thing. I mean, these first two were kind of anomalies in a sense. But let's go to some that could be done. New York Giants, total rushing yards, 151.5. Over, under. Paul, go.
Eagles allow what? 118? We thought they were vulnerable against the run, and then they just completely stuff Henry, Derrick Henry last week for 30-something yards. I know the game kind of got out of hand. I get that. 151, I think, is a good number. I will say under. I just will say under because I think the Giants are not going to play ahead, and they're going to have to throw the ball. I just think under. 151, if they can get 152, I think under. Yeah, under.
Tynes.
Yeah, well, I think they go over. Doesn't mean they're going to win or lose, but just in the spirit of them running the football, we've done it 5 times this year. The Giants are 4-1 in those games. Now, don't look into that. It doesn't mean they're going to win the game, but I think the Giants really have to commit to this with a running back by committee type of deal this weekend, and then obviously getting Daniel Jones going. So I'll say over 150 yards.
I'm going to go over as well, maybe in that 160 range, 180 if they're having themselves a day. 3 running backs have to touch this ball, and I would like to see each running back have at least 4, pushing 5 carries, and then you have what Daniel Jones also brings to the table when he uses his legs. The Giants are going to have to go over on this one.